Hey everybody, I'm Philip.
And I'm Justin.
And together we are Pajamas. We continue on through season 3 of Doctor Who. We're on episode 8. Last time we were here, we had the sauna pit.
And a mysterious group of people
Yes.
trying to catch the Doctor for some reason.
For all the right reasons, probably. I'm probably going to eat those words later on in some way, aren't I? But we no longer have to worry about burn with me, because we do that every day. Every day. Warning going up right now. Boom, on the screen. Like that segue? Not bad, huh? Yes, this is what it's like right now. For a lot of people. Not just us, as the entire planet is on fire. In places, literally. So yes, let's take the next step through season 3 and see where this episode takes us. Are you ready?
Yes, I am.
Okay, without further ado, let's get into it. We pan over and I'm laying next to him like, oh, did you have a bad dream?
Pardon me, Mr. Smith, you're not dressed yet. I can come back later.
No, it's alright, put her down.
Okay.
It's as if we skipped an episode.
We didn't. Did they see you? Did they see your face? Huh. Okay. I'm definitely intrigued. Definitely intrigued. I did it wrong or something like that. Okay. I tried.
Hands like those, how can you tell when something's clean?
Ooh.
That's very funny, sir.
I wouldn't want to.
The stairs.
What about
They're right behind you. Hardly good form to enter a master's study without knocking. Sorry. Right, yeah. Is he alright? I said you fell down the stairs, sir.
Berg says it was the most beautiful countryside on God's earth.
Hey, that's
Talking about?
Africa.
it's an amazing.
I've only just read the word. Bottle for everyone, is it? And none for the filth. Now hurry back, Baines, I'm parched.
Do 40-20 people really talk like that? Do the opposite of that.
Some kind of aeroplane.
Some kind of airplane.
So familiar.
Body snatchers?
Where is he?
No.
All sorts of skills today.
Do I look like that? You sure that's not me?
She was like, there you go. Go back. There you go. Proper. There you go.
I had to go and fall in love with a human. And it wasn't me.
Martha?
Is he absorbing the Doctor's memories?
For a waltz!
More disintegration things. They have disintegration things.
Your friend or your lover? Your choice.
All right, so this is a two-parter. Interesting. Interesting. Huh. I rather like that.
It's very suspenseful.
Yeah. We were introduced to a new group of villains called the Family.
Yes, they even have titles of
Yeah.
the family.
Yeah, yeah. Huh. So what did you think other than they liked it? Like any other extraneous thoughts?
They were also accurate to the period.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, once I realized Martha knew what was going on, I was like, oh, it's one of those instances of not modern times.
Yes, though considering she's actually doing quite well.
In what way?
Well, in that she could have been treated more lowly than she actually
That is
was.
true, yeah.
So it helps that she was in the service of the kind, well, doctor, who isn't really the doctor, but he also sort of is.
Found out that Time Lords can make themselves human, can rearrange their DNA, their genetic.
Cells.
Yeah, they can rearrange their cells to become human. Human brain, human heart, human everything. That's rather strange bit of information that we didn't know before.
What I find very interesting is that they were willing to take so much of a risk. How could they really know that that pocket watch would stay in their possession if it were carelessly lying, if it would be carelessly put somewhere?
Yeah, like, and I also thought it could have been opened at any time. Like, he could have taken the watch and be like, oh, let me look at this, reminisce on this watch and open it up, and then kapow. What they should have done is let Martha have it.
Yes.
And let it keep it on her person at all times.
Yes, like the key.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Or like just or keep it in the TARDIS. Keep it somewhere hidden. It was an accident waiting to happen.
Mm-hmm.
And then very young Thomas Brodie Sangster ended up getting possession of it.
Where do you know him from?
I know him from The Maze Runner. But I know him from something beyond The Maze Runner. Oh, Game of Thrones. He was also in Game of Thrones. Yes, maybe it was Game of Thrones that I first saw him in. I feel like I've seen him in more stuff. He has a very distinctive face. Well, as they age, their face matures. His really, well, it might now, but last time he's always looked like ridiculously young for his age, like juvenile, even as an adult. But yes, he also apparently has like powers.
Yes, even before obtaining the watch, he had some sort of psychic ability of some kind.
Yes, we get psychic ability. We get a doctor wiped of his memories. We get this new threat in the family. At first, I thought they were hiding from that mystery organization that we saw in the last few episodes.
Maybe they're connected.
Maybe, but I don't know. Maybe unless they're like the bounty hunters. But they need a Time Lord for something. Clearly, the Time Lords have powers that no one else does, and if they can assimilate people, I mean, I'm just speculating at this point because I don't know like how their powers work or what their end is. Because it looks like when they assimilate someone, they just become them, and everything about them is gone. Like internally, obviously, at least. They need the Doctor for something due to his lineage. So, and I assume we're going to find that out in the next one, but it's very interesting to think about and process.
They also, very luckily, I wonder if it's also connected, they specifically chose 1913, 1 year before World War I.
Yeah, maybe.
I expect that there's something significant in that.
There might be, yeah. I mean, they were also showing us the young men firing off the... And then they brought it up later with the matron talking about how her husband died. I really liked seeing Tennant not as the Doctor. My pen is making a lot of noise. Obviously, he's toning down the Doctor part because he's no longer the Doctor. So he's just this charming, affable,
Yes, he's actually charming.
Yeah. Whereas when he's trying to be charming, he just comes off as kind of like, ugh. Like, no, thank you. No, send it back. No, can I have the other thing on the menu? The other version. It's like this is the reason, like, I've always thought Tennant was not only a good actor, but just so attractive. Because and not everyone operates on this level, obviously, but attractiveness and desirability goes beyond, the visage, and someone's personality, someone's, who they are and how they act and stuff that can make them. And that's what I've always liked about Tennant is that naturally he's like that. He's just this nice, charming person, and that is very attractive. No matter your gender, like if you exude that kind of sense of self, then yeah, it's pleasant to be around. So I was happy that we got a an episode with Tennant being less doctor and more just human. I like the notion of Martha being the only one that knows what's going on. You know, he said that she had improv, and she did a good job.
It's a good thing that she's intelligent, so
yeah.
she knows what would be in period and what would be out of period.
Yeah, exactly. We'll get to that when we get to my notes. But something from my notes, since that directly pertains to what we're talking about. One thing that you said when she's smart, she's intelligent. One thing when you said that is that scene with the other maid. After the maid had been assimilated, body snatched.
Mm-hmm.
And she came back, she's talking to Martha. Martha immediately knew something was up. And I think Martha, when she's listing off foods, listed off something that she wouldn't like sardines or something. So when she was like, yes, that sounds wonderful. Like, tone it down there, alien people. But they're alien. They don't know how to use, this human shell. Doctor Who likes to use human skin suits a lot, I've noticed. Like emptying them out and then refilling them with something else. Which wouldn't be hard to do because we are just balls of energy that move meat sacks around. So fascinating and disturbing and creepy when you think about it. The fact that she knew what to do to not only read the room correctly, but then to confirm her suspicion was correct. And she noped the hell out of there. She's like, nope.
They found them.
Yeah. They did a really good job on casting the very first body snatched guy with the green eyes. And even before, when they were just in the room before he went out to go look for the beer, I was like, that dude's face and his eyes are really intense. He has the long mouth that can do that almost Joker-esque kind of grin. He's got a long face and a long, when he smiles, it's long and intense eyes. As far as physically well cast to play, your initial something ain't right with this boy. Something not right, that boy. Something not right. Did a good job. I was amused at their proper speak. I can't even mimic it like the posh ones, or extra posh when they were ordering, the one that was the leader. They're like, go do this now, thank you. I'm not used to it. So obviously for all my UK viewers out there, and if you went to a all-male boarding school or whatever, were the posh people like that? Or are posh people in general like that? Let me know down in the comments below, because I don't know. I went to public school and it sucked.
What do you have in your notes?
Oh, you want to go to my notes now? Okay.
Philip's notes.
So we start off with the whole, did they see your face, the family? And I'm like, okay.
But they can smell them somehow.
But I think that they need to see your face to assimilate you, because they go through just the eyes and the nose and the mouth.
They have heightened senses.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then then we initially start the episode where it's dreams. He's having these dreams, and I was like, what a novel way to spin the Doctor's story thus far, as a human male that's just dreaming.
Yes, and considering the time period, they actually could have said pretty much anything about those dreams.
Yeah.
Even something, considering the time period, it could have been something psychoanalytic.
Yeah, that's very true. I did think it was amusing when the one person was walking out into out in the field towards the woods, and that spotlight beam shot down. It was going, I was like, that's not a very subtle way to look for someone. It amused me.
And they were seen.
But cool way to hide the ship, cloaking.
I do see how the light could have been, when they saw it, that they would have thought, oh, a meteorite. Mm-hmm. But when are they green?
When the thing flashed across the sky, yes. When the beam of light was shining down on you like a spotlight, no. That's some alien abduction stuff right there.
Something that actually wouldn't have come to their mind, I suspect, since science fiction was at its beginnings at best.
Yeah.
Which means that they could have possibly intuited that as something otherworldly.
Mm-hmm. Right, yeah.
In the mythological sense of the term.
And then I like that the Doctor was so flustered and flummoxed that his plan was, we hide and wait for them to die. I wrote, Time Lords can become human. That's big to me. That's whoa, wow. Which it sounds like it just changes them in general. They can become anything.
Yes, that is my assumption.
Yeah.
From that, well, if they can change it to that, They can probably change into anything that they like.
Doctor said he said it to human. I liked the subplot, as we talked about before, of Thomas Brody Sangster's character opening the watch, and you could just hear stuff, and then he was seeing visions. Because it almost feels like he is absorbing the Doctor's memories.
Yes.
Which makes me worry now. When they start scanning, he's going to have some of the Doctor in him then. So I don't want him to die. That'd be sad. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. Two-parter.
Something that they really should have thought of. They really should have had much more surveillance on the pocket watch.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, if there's any...
The little boy even took it and, well, that isn't his watch. Why did he take it?
Because he has his power.
Well, yes. Still, a proper person wouldn't have stolen someone else's things.
Yeah, but his power was like, oh, what is this? Like, he's hearing things, and it's really strange to him, and he's curious. It would be
his curiosity.
Yeah, exactly. So we'll see what happens with that in the next one. But I really did like that subplot with him. And I like that the being bullied part wasn't hitting us over the head with it. Like, normally in things like this, when people are bullied, they're slowly building towards that comeuppance to the bully in the end. For a minor character with a subplot, they gave us character development for him. Because oftentimes in stories like this, the most character development we get is like one line of exposition. My husband and I used to fly this ship together or something, and that's all you get. Like, but here they actually took the time to give Thomas's character, you know, a little more depth, which makes sense because he's playing an integral part of the story.
And now that they have disintegrated people in front of other people, are they going to have to wipe their memories now?
Like I wrote here, it's like everyone has disintegration things. Everyone, every villainous alien thing have disintegration things. Everyone. I get it. It's just amusing to me. It's not even a nitpick. It's just like, it's an accepted thing. If I see a new species of anything, you have the ability to disintegrate someone just because obviously you do. I like the line that they said to the Doctor, he's no good like this. I was like, well, speak for yourself. And then with that cliffhanger we ended on, Matron versus Maiden. Like, and with Thomas's character there, with the pocket watch there, it's like, okay, all the players are in this one spot now. It's very interesting story, very, very cool way to tell the story. Another kind of period piece, but it's more of a subverted period piece.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like, you know, and you're like, we are in this war now. This is Renette. This is her story. Here is the queen. She is coming. It's like, and I've liked all those episodes. So I'm not knocking that. It's just cool to have more of a toned down period piece. That's more of it's because we're focusing on the human side of the Doctor. So it's a pleasant surprise. And I thoroughly enjoyed this episode. It flew by. I think this is one of the, like, when we got to the end, I was like, oh, it's the end already. Like, I kind of figured it was going to be a two-parter because they're doing so much setup. But we got to the end, I was just like,
indeed.
Like, in the best way possible. So, yeah, definitely interested to see where we go from here in part 2. Because this is, yeah, I'm intrigued on this one.
As am I.
I feel like we're forgetting something because like so much happened in this, but I think we hit the major points.
Yes, we have.
Is there anything else you would like to add about this episode?
No.
Okay. I'll have to go to part 2 soon.
We must.
Yeah, I don't want to wait a whole other week. Like we have had to before in the past, so yes. But that is all for now. As always, I don't have a fancy outro, so I'll simply say thank you for watching, and we will see you in the next one. Until then, goodbye.
Goodbye.